Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. This is Sunday. Welcome to part 2 of the JX-50. So like I said in part 1, which is in the description below, this is a friend's guitar. He bought it and wanted me to set it up. And he said I could do a video. So I did all that, and then in the first video I asked if you guys wanted to see a part 2 because I was just going to set it up. Sent it to him, not really bother, and a lot of you said, yeah, part 2. Part 1, we found that there was one unlevel fret, so upon checking everything, there was one unlevel fret, that number 15, but there were 4 other spots that were just a little iffy, so I addressed those. Everything is good. Frets and fretboard turned out super nice. This board has really nice grain in it, and the inlay work is just stellar. Yeah, really nice. My friend wanted 10s on it, so when I put the strings on, tuned it up, I noticed that the bridge was raising up at the back, off the body, and the claw was already, pushed in quite a bit. These springs that come stock on these WestCreeks, they use a soft spring, and I've noticed that issue with the JX-20s. You just couldn't tune them, and they couldn't get stable. Now, if you're using 8s or 9s, you're not going to have a problem. But once you jump up to 10s or higher, the trem stability becomes compromised. It's just, you have to like seat this claw almost. And you don't want to do that. So I had a couple of extra springs here. So these are the stock springs. They're super soft, which if you're using a lot of trem and using a light gauge string, they're probably great. But for a guitar like this, kind of obviously like a rocker, right? You're going to be pounding those strings and maybe be a little aggressive on the trem. Those springs are just not cutting it. What I did is I substituted the 2 outer springs for these 2 springs. And these springs, I don't know if it shows up on the video. I think you can see that. They kind of have a golden color. They're not chrome, they're not super silver. And these goldish springs, the difference was like night and day. So putting just 2 of these stiff springs fixed the issue. Now we have a perfectly level bridge to the body, and we have a set of 10s on here, and it's holding tune just great. So now all I have to do is check the action, set the intonation, and then file these nut slots. So yeah, we got a shim in the neck, we replaced 2 springs in the claw, we got to level a few frets, and then crown and polish, of course. Reassemble, put some new strings on. Okay, we're all tuned up, and relief is almost nil. I don't know if you can see that from here on the video, but there's like almost no movement of the string. Just a smidge. You might fit a piece of paper under the string there. And the intonation tuned up just perfectly. Let's see if I can get you in closer. I don't know if you can see that needle, but there's E, 12th fret, doesn't even move. B, oh, a little flat here, just a sec. B, perfect. G, perfect. D, perfect. That one's a little bit sharp, but that's all right. A, that needle doesn't move. And E, E's the same. Perfect. 6 strings, all good. Last one. That's it. Okay, we're tuned. Action. Oh, see? Lowering those nut slots brought the action down quite a bit, but might still be good. Let's see here. Huh, plays great. The JX-50 is done and ready to rock. These trims, they're not the threaded kind. You just put these in there, and then there's a little set screw on the side of the housing, and you just tighten that to your liking, and that's it. That's all. Trim seems to work fine. The bridge is floating, so I can go backwards. Yeah, that's good. And it holds tune pretty good. String alignment is perfect now. Bridge intonated perfectly. Those two stiffer springs just made the guitar so much better. Bridge is nice and level, kind of just floating above the body. It's like it looks like it's sitting on the body, but it's actually routed in here, so it's actually floating, and it's perfectly level. It's great. Pickups, I adjusted the heights of them. They're nice and punchy now. So that's the bridge. This is middle. And this is neck. Neck split. And bridge split. So this is full. And this is split. So just adjusting those pickups brightened it up a bit, and of course the new strings. No fretting out now. This thing is awesome. So, is the WestCreek JX-50 any good? Absolutely. This thing is awesome. It's really nice. I'm impressed. Now, is it a piece of wall art that's absolutely perfect cosmetically? No. It has some swirls in it. It could probably use a good buffing, you know, if someone was super fussy. But do you want a guitar to play or do you want a guitar to look at? If you guys want an inexpensive guitar that you can take to a gig and beat the crap out of and really rock out, man, you can't go wrong with this thing. This is nice. But I will tell you this, you are going to have to set it up. So like I said in the first video, again, which is in the description below if you want to watch that, I said I'm going to go over this thing and find the issues in it, because the issues I have with mine will probably be similar to the issues that you have with yours when you get it out of the box. But they're all easily fixed issues. They just take a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. So, one thing's for sure, you're going to have to change the strings. The strings that come on these guitars or any budget guitars, even higher end guitars that have been in a store for 6 months to a year, quite frankly, they suck. String alignment may or may not be bang on when you get yours right out of the box, but that's a simple fix. All you have to do is pull these screws and use a slightly larger drill bit than the threaded parts of the screw and drill out these body holes. If the screws are binding in the body holes, you have no side-to-side play neck adjustment available to you. You may have to add a shim. I use just a little bit thicker than a piece of paper is all is needed, but it allowed enough of a tilt on the neck, now you can't see that tilt, to raise the saddles so that these screws are now pretty much level with the top of the saddle. Tuners are great. They're nice and smooth. Trem seems to be working well. Stiffer springs, I would say a must if you want to use anything heavier than a 9-gauge string. Other than that, guys and girls, this thing is a fantastic instrument for the price point. I do not know how WestCreek can put these out at that price. Just the paint scheme alone, the roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets, and reverse headstock, you would not get a brand name guitar with these features for under 800 bucks. I'll guarantee it. So if you guys are looking for a really good budget rocker and you like a Strat style guitar, I think the JX-50 is fantastic. Do they pay me to say this stuff? No. And if it sucked, I would tell you. I don't have lapel mics and mics hanging from the ceiling and mics to pick up the room and the acoustics. And no. I'm trying to make this as authentic as possible and that you guys are pretty much getting what you would get if you and me were here in my basement checking out gear. So, yeah. So that's my take on it. You guys can leave your comments, your experience. But there is nothing on this guitar that, to me, needs to be changed except for those springs. Stick a fork in this, it's done. So you guys take care. God bless. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.